the only way to measure speed of execution is the number of releases you're making, right? How frequent you are in terms of making your releases and how quickly are you changing your product. I think that is very, very important, right? We used to make a release once every week or 10 days. And the reason why we used to do that was because we used to see something from the market, and we used to very, very quickly iterate. And the one thing we knew was that we understood the treadmill we were running on very, very fast. We realized that games are the core pieces of content that we're going to put on the platform. So in the first 5-6 months, we need to have a steady pipeline of games constantly available for us. At any given point, had 4 or 5 games always available that we could push into the app. And that meant that everything around the game is what we needed to make, right? So we knew that is something we had to do. So we always had a lot of content that could go into the app. So people never felt bored. Because of that, whenever people opened the MPL app, there was always something new for them to try, always something interesting for them to try. What we optimized more for was the speed of iteration and the speed of response to the customer. And in that process, the only way to do that is you want to ensure that you're releasing every week. You want to ensure that you're making changes every week, because when you're doing those releases every week, you will not make a dud release. You will always put something into it, and you'll always be responding. So the more you respond, the more you learn, and the more you iterate. So you get in touch with the market faster. Because if you're slow, then the insight you had 3 weeks back, by the time it ships, that insight may no longer be relevant. Speed is your moat, because sometimes the speed of execution that you're doing is directly proportional to your growth also. And in turn, that growth is eventually going to help you, raise more capital, create the kind of impression you want to create about your company in the market, and so on and so forth, right? All of that boils down to how well you can execute.